What's up, everybody? If anyone's even here. How's everyone doing today? tune there also. Yeah, man, I try to jam almost every day, man. I've been trying to get my watch hours up as much as possible, so thank you.
It seems like I'm trapped
I really appreciate that.
in my own dreams. It feels like the walls are
That's
caving
awesome. I always love meeting somebody new out here, man.
When I close my eyes and start to fall asleep, something evil and dark takes over me.
Thanks, Sony. Yeah, I've been practicing that one a lot. I don't know how you say your name, ACDYX. I guess that's AY. I could. Oh, Dennis. I'll just call you Dennis. Okay. Yeah, that song I just played is called "Evilized" by the band. The band is called Dream Evil. They're fucking awesome. They've been around since like mid 2000s ish. The guitar player Gus G from Dream Evil went on to play for Ozzy on the Scream album. They fucking rule, dude. Yeah, so it's Dream Evil. They got a shitload. They got at least like 10 albums out. They got a ton of music to listen to. They're badass. Dream Evil. That song was Evilized. And the first song I played was Nemo by Nightwish. But I think you knew that already. Oh, hey, how you doing today, man? Alright, see if I can play this. I've never heard this backing track before. Let's just see how it sounds. got better. But that's also not the worst I've ever played it, so. What's going on? Thank you. All right, Frankie, what's up, man? How you doing? Slick from the Kush, what's up, dude? Yeah, Chasing the Dragon is a good Dream Evil album, but the song, The Evil Eyes, the song that I played, came off the album called The Book of Heavy Metal. That was the first time I heard Dream Evil. I was at Best Buy, and this was back before you could just download songs off the internet so easily on your phone. You used to actually have to go to a store and buy CDs back then. So I was at Best Buy, and I was in the rock section, and I just saw Wyvern. What's up, dude? Yeah, and I just saw the album cover of Dream Evil, The Book of Heavy Metal, and I had never heard of the band before, and I was just like, yeah, I'm buying this. By the name of the band and the name of the album and the album cover, I was just like, yes, this is going in my CD player as soon as I get in my car. And it was fucking good, too. Let's start that over. Tomahawk and a katana, huh? Do you like throw the? Is that why you don't have a tomahawk anymore? It's because you threw it at somebody, it got stuck in them, and they got away? bad one. No, this one's okay. Alright, sorry. Yeah, Wind of Change is a great song. Do you guys ever hear the rumor about the song Wind of Change? That the Scorpions, I don't think it's true. I think it's just some bullshit somebody made up. But like supposedly that song was written by the Russian government, and then they hired the Scorpions to play it and sing it for them because they wanted to make some kind of song to make a propaganda video to make to smooth out relations between the U.S. and Russia or some shit like that. Like, look it up. There's like, it's like there's like videos about it, And it's kind of funny that Russia would hire a German band to smooth over things with America. But yeah, supposedly that's the song Winds of Change was literally written by the Russian government. But I call bullshit right there because there's no way the Russian government could write a song that good. So, anybody out there need a beer? All right, cheers, everybody. I don't know how to play this one, so we're just gonna listen to it.
Follow the Moskva down to Pocket Hall, listening to the wind of change. On a summer night, soldiers passing by, listening to the wind of change.
Well, this video definitely supports the theory that I had, or that I was talking about. Oh, you called me Phil Margera. Oh, I get it, dude. That's funny, man. That's a good one. You're the second person to call me that. Somebody else did say that before. That's a good one, Michael.
Walking down the street, distant memories are buried in the past forever. Follow the Moskva down to Pocket Bar, listening to the wind of change.
at it from up here. You get an appreciation of our world is a beautiful place, and we do need to take care of it.
Yeah, that is a great song. Yeah, Bam's dad plays guitar. Oh, snap. Yeah, the video has definitely got a lot of symbolism in it. I don't know if it's true or not. I think I've heard the story a while ago, but whatever. I just thought I'd talk about it. You never know what's fucking true. Nice. Age, where the dude they shot him. Actually no, that happened at a real concert too. But in the Stone Age, he was at the Blue Oyster Cult concert. They shot him with a laser, and then he saw his whole life flash before him or something. But no, but this is a confirmed true story. At a Blue Oyster Cult concert during Don't Fear the Reaper, they would shoot the lasers into the crowd. This was like back in the 70s, and they just happened to like get somebody right dead center eyeball and actually blind them at the concert. And that really did happen. So yeah, that's why at a concert, see, they never shoot lasers into the crowd. They shoot them up at the roof, because laser to the eyeball. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I always wondered, where are the Star Wars lasers? Where's the lasers from the cartoons? The ones that you could like, and you fucking disintegrate people with. When are those coming out? Because I thought those were going to exist in like the frickin' 1990s. Yeah, I just pull out my laser gun and unlimited, and just change batteries. You got unlimited ammo. Yeah, they do the lasers, but they don't shoot them into the crowd. They shoot them at the roof, right? They didn't seriously still shoot lasers into the crowd. All you guys out there watching right now, what is the best concert lineup that you've seen in one night? Okay, that's a sick one. Like Blue Oyster Cult and Foghat and Nazareth. That is awesome. 97. That's fucking rad. Best concert lineup I ever saw. I don't think anyone's gonna beat this. Motorhead, Dio, and Iron Maiden in the same night. Unfortunately, it was at the San Diego Sports Arena, and the sound there is not the best. But yeah, all three of those bands on the tour, 2005-ish, 2003 maybe, something like that. I was rocking out so hard to Iron Maiden that the chick sitting in front of me was like staring at me because I was so just mesmerized by the show that she wouldn't stop staring at me, and I actually had to yell at her, "Stop looking at me! The fucking band's over there!" And she was ruining it for me because she was just staring at me because I was just so into the show. Yeah, Dio, Maiden, and Motorhead, it was fucking, oh my god. Trivium, BFMV, August Burns, Red. That's cool. Yeah. And then the best single show I ever went to, it was Iron Maiden and Coheed and Cambria. And I'd never heard of Coheed and Cambria, never listened to any of their songs, just went to the show. And the amazing thing about that show, that was in 2009-ish, maybe, no, that was in 2012, whatever. But yeah, Iron Maiden and Coheed and Cambria, the amazing thing about that show was my sister's future husband, but boyfriend at that time, had tickets, and one of the people he was going to go with flaked out on him, and he didn't want the ticket to go to waste, so he gave it to me and said, yeah, you can pay me back for it whenever. And they were fucking standing floor seats in the pit, standing. So I literally got to stand at the guardrail and watch Iron Maiden and Coheed and Cambria play. And that was definitely the best show I've ever been to in my life. So the more awesome thing is that I didn't even know I was going to the show until 2 days before it happened, which was just amazing. Yeah, I never. Yeah, they put on a great show. They had a nice little setup. They had like mannequins and stuff on the stage. I don't really remember any of their songs, but yeah, it was good. Pink Floyd in '94 would be amazing. Yeah, I saw. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, as far as lineup goes, I went to Ozfest in '99. So by the time I went into the show, I saw Primus, Slayer, White Zombie, and then Black Sabbath. So that competes with the Motorhead Dio, Iron Maiden, but I think Motorhead Dio, Iron Maiden wins. Also, at that Ozfest show, I spent the whole day drinking in the, the whole day drinking in the parking lot, and I don't remember much of the show. I was like maybe 19 at the time. I would have loved it, as long as it wasn't one of the ones when Sharon was fucking everything up, I would have loved to go to that Iron Maiden and Ozzy when they were touring on Ozfest together. That would have been so cool. I haven't listened to much Black Star, but I've seen like footage of them online, and they had like those crazy fucking mosh pits where like half the audience goes here and half the audience goes here, and then they just charge into each other, and that was gnarly. Active music. Okay. Next question for you guys. Who is the worst band that you've ever seen live? And I don't mean like some crappy band at a bar or anything. I mean like big band that everyone knows about. Like, who did you go see live and you were just like, damn, they kind of suck, or they were not very good, or at least like not as good as you thought, or at least disappointed, or just whatever. Honestly, I have to say the worst big band that I have ever seen live would be Motley Crue. I've seen them twice. The first time I saw them was like 2006. The second time I saw them was just like a year ago, 23, when they were touring with Poison and Def Leppard. That was still an awesome show. And I'm not saying Motley Crue sucked in any way. They sounded great, and it was still a fun show, and I'm glad I went. I enjoyed watching them. But, and it wasn't the whole band, it was just Vince Neil. Yeah, no, see, AC/DC cover band doesn't count. I'm talking about, like, if you actually saw AC/DC. Like, who's the worst, like, big band that you paid money for a legit ticket to go see? The problem with me, the problem with Motley Crue is, if Vince Neil would just not run around the stage and just focus on singing, they would have sounded better. But he has to constantly run around the stage, so he's constantly out of breath. So, like, he was trying to sing "Shout of the Devil," and it's supposed to go, "Here's a wolf screaming lonely in the night. There's a blood stain on the stage." And he literally comes out and he's like, "There's a wolf in the night on the stage." And it wasn't a bad show, but it was definitely noticeable. I wasn't the only one saying anything. I wouldn't say I was even ripped off. I was just, could have been better. Yeah, you gotta be careful with your mushroom dosages, guys. And don't do drugs, kids, because you'll end up like sick from the kush, Frankie and me. Actually, I was gonna say the first time I saw Judas Priest, Queensryche opened for them. We didn't get in there quite in time and missed a little bit of their show, but yeah, they were cool. I've always been a fan of Queensryche. I haven't learned how to play any of their songs yet, but I'm sure I will someday. Yeah, my girlfriend's not really that into metal, so the first time she saw the name Queensryche, she couldn't figure out how to pronounce it. So she was calling him Queensryche. Queensryche? Queensryche? What is it? Queensryche? And I was like, I did not correct her. I was like, yeah, baby, yeah, Queensryche. Yes, that's what they are. Uh-huh. Because in my car, the Sirius still in my car. XM radio, so it like says like in the panel what band it is, so it'd be like Eyes of the Stranger by Queensryche. And I'm like, yeah, that's their name. Uh-huh. Queensryche. The other day on here, somebody said Motley Crue, and that cracked me up.
I wanna
up, man? How you doing? I already played that one. gonna take a break. Yeah, dude. What time is it right now? It's almost 5. Yeah, it's almost 5 p.m. It's time for me to start getting ready for bed. Yeah. Oh, I'm not old, because I'm so old. Nah, I'm just kidding. I have to work at 4 a.m. So, yep. I might go away for an hour. I might come back on at 6. I might not. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out when I get there. Everybody who's here, as always, Oni, thanks for coming out. Looks like it was just my faithful here today. I met a new person in the beginning. I think I only got one new subscriber on this one, but that's all good, man. All right, everybody. See you later.